Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the Good News Sunday Show. My name is Sonia McCullough Lockridge, and I am your host. And welcome. It's September. Oh my goodness, what does that mean? Anyway, we are in week 1.2 of the study, which I have titled Cultivating a Meek and Gentle Heart with the One and Only Jesus. And so last week we discovered that in our passage that we are using that the book Dane uses for our study, within that passage there are several keywords. And last week I think I was wrong about the number of keywords there were in that passage. But anyway, this week I have written them down. I've written them down, and there are exactly 11 keywords in this particular passage, which the passage is Matthew 11, 28, 29, and 30. That's our focus passage for this study. The first keyword is it's a keyword. It can be a keyword or key phrase. So the first key phrase is "are heavy laden," and that is Strong's number 5412. So what we are going to attempt to do this morning is we're going to attempt to look at each one of these keywords in the concordance, in the Strong's concordance, online concordance, of course. So I have my handy dandy phone here, and which is hopefully connected to the internet, and we are looking at 5412 Greek. We're currently looking at the Greek Strong's, and my favorite online resource for Greek and Hebrew keywords is Blue Letter Bible. So that's blueletterbible.org. So here we have it, 5412 in the Greek. 5412 in the Greek. You can't see it. Anyway, when I keyed that into Google, 5412 in the Hebrew was also pulled up as well. But we're in the New Testament, so we know since we're in the New Testament that we're looking at Greek. So I'm going to click on 5412 in the Greek, that number, and it takes us straight to the transliteration of "are heavy laden." So therefore, then we click on the show outline of biblical use, and the definition for "are heavy laden" in the Greek is to place a burden upon, to load one with a burden, and unwarranted precepts. To load one with a burden of rights and unwarranted precepts. That's what that word "are heavy laden" means in the Greek. Now we can listen to that word in the Greek.
Strong's G 5412. Fartizo.
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 Fartizo. Fartizo. Heavy laden. Our next keyword is rest. So let's take a look-see at rest. And the Strong's reference number for rest is 372 and 373. incidentally. So we will look at those 372 and 373. So let's look at the definition for the keyword rest in the Greek. And once again, we're going to click on show outline of biblical use. And this is what rest means: intermission, cease of any motion, business or labor, rest and recreation. Intermission, cease of any motion, business or labor. That is what the keyword rest means in the Greek. Strong's number 372. So let's listen. Let's take a listen.
Strong's G372. Anapausis.
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 Anapausis. That is what the Greek transliteration of the keyword rest means. Let's look at this other one, 373, just to see if there's any differences or if we need to note anything or anything such as that. The definitions for 373, which this is why we need to do keyword Bible studies, is because the slightest difference changes the entire meaning of the text. So 373 means to cause or permit one to cease from any movement or labor in order to recover and collect his strength, to give rest, refresh, to give oneself rest, take rest, to keep quiet, of calm and patient expectation. So therefore, 373 rest is when someone else can cause you to rest. And so in this particular verse, that of course would be Jesus. And so when we read back over our dedicated or our focus passage, I will show you where rest is used twice in this 3-verse passage. But that is the second meaning of the keyword rest in the Greek. Now let's move on to our next keyword, which is take. Take, which Strong's reference number for take in the Greek is 142. 142. 142. 142. So let's look at what take means. Take means to raise up, elevate, lift up, to raise from the ground, take up stones, to raise upwards, elevate, lift up the hand, to draw up a fish, to take upon oneself and carry what has been raised up to bear away what has been raised or carried off, to move from its place, to take off or away what is attached to anything, to remove, to carry off, carry away with one, to appropriate what is taken. So the word take has a mirage of meanings in the Greek. So let's listen to that keyword in the Greek.
Strong's G142. Iro.
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 Iro. Iro. Iro. Okay. Our next keyword, which we talked about last week, is learn, 3129. So we're not going to go back over that keyword. And then the next word is meek, 4235. Meek, 4235. Meek, 4325. It's not working. Meek, 4235 is our Strong's reference number. Meek means gentle, mild, or meek, which we have already ascertained as well that is the meaning of the keyword. We can get an understanding of that from the various translations of the word. Gentle, mild, and meek. Now let's take a listen to that keyword in the Greek. Oh,
Strong's G 4235. Praas. Praas.
Pras. Prahas. That is the transliteration for the keyword meek in the Greek. And our next keyword is heart, which is Strong's reference number 2588. Once again, we have looked at this word recently in a prior study, so we're not going to look at it right now, but I will reference that for you at the bottom of this video so you can look at all these keywords independently. And our next keyword is find. 2147 is our reference. Strong's reference number 2147. 21. So find, we'll look at the outline of biblical use. To come upon, hit upon, to meet with. To come upon, hit upon, to meet with. After searching to find a thing sought. Without previous search to find, by chance. By chance. To fall in with. Those who come or return to a place. To see, learn, discover, understand. To be found, be seen, be present. To be discovered, recognized, detected. To show oneself out of one's character or state as found out by others. That is what the definition for find is in the Greek. Now let's take a listen.
Strong's G 2147. Heurisco.
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 Heurisco. Heurisco. That is the definition and the pronunciation for the keyword find in the Greek. Now, souls. The Strong's reference number for souls, which is plural, is 5590. 5590. 5590. This is really interesting. The definition for souls, the Greek definition for souls, is breath, the breath of life, the vital force which animates the body and shows itself in breathing of animals, of men, life, that in which there is life, a living being, a living soul, the soul. The seat of feelings, desires, affections, aversions, our heart, soul, etc. The human soul is so far as it is constituted that by the right use of the aids offered it by God, it can attain its highest end and secure eternal blessings. So let's take a listen to the Greek word souls.
Strong's G 5590. Psyche. Psyche.
So hey, so hey, so hey, so hey. That is, we'll listen one more time.
Strong's G 5590. Psyche.
So hey,
Psyche.
so hey. Now, easy, the reference number for easy in the Greek is 5543. Easy, 5543. Fit, fit for use, useful, virtuous, good, manageable. Mild, pleasant, more pleasant, of people, kind, benevolent. Kind and benevolent. Dane references this word in his book as kind. Kind is what he picks up on in his book. Benevolent, kind. So let's take a listen to the Greek pronunciation of easy.
Strong's G 5543. Christos. Christos.
Restos, restos.
Strong's G 5543. Christos.
Restos.
Christos.
He has the ability to roll his tongue that I do not. And finally, our final keyword is 5413. 5413. In the Strong's 5413. And that word is burden, and we will listen to it in the Greek. Burden. Well, let's look at the meaning first. Biblical uses. A burden, a load, a freight, or a ship. Rights. And let's just listen to that keyword.
Strong's G 5413. Fartion.
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 Fartion. Fartion. Okay, so there we have it. We have listened to all of the keywords in our passage. We have looked at and we have listened to all of the keyword in our focus passage for our study. Cultivating a meek and gentle heart with the one and only Jesus. Sorry, there was a truck. Cultivating a meek and gentle heart with the one and only Jesus. So we listened to all of the keywords from the King James Version of the text. I am just going to go over for us one more time our focus verse, our focus Bible verse. This this focus verse that I'm about to read to you right now, is not the King James Version of the text. I believe this is the NIV version. Matthew 11:28, 29, and 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So there you have it. And there, hopefully you heard the keyword rest being used twice. First in the verse 28 and secondly in 29. So therefore we have our two similar but different meanings in the text. So this is why it's so very, very important for us to look at these keywords when we're studying the word. So now that we have a complete understanding, we can move forward with our study. And if you would, we have that first study question that we were to write out from lesson 1. This is lesson 1.02. So if you'll go back to lesson 1 and listen and or watch, you will have the study question that we will need to have ready and prepared for next week. So once again, this is Sonia McCullough Lockridge signing out for the Good News Sunday Show, Keyword Bible Studies, the Gap Prayer Band, and the one and only Jesus.com. Have a blessed, 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 blessed day in the Lord. Thank you.